Lovisha, in my opinion, of course, like you rightly said, Nifty grew about 9% and ended at 1096. Most people don't know the absolute value of Nifty's earnings, which is what I think is very, very critical. 1096 is where it ended. We had last projected about 1120, so fell short about 24 rupees, which I think is okay for a bad year. If you look at mid-cap earnings, which I think, again, the narrative is not as positive as the number is. 16.6% is the growth of Nifty Midcap 150. Why would I say this is the most important index? Because SEBI has mandated this as the tier one benchmark for most mutual funds, and that's where the money is coming from. So if anybody thinks that they can see any other mid-cap index and be happy about it, they're wrong, they're mistaken. They should look at Nifty Midcap 150 alone, because that's what the domestic institutions are mandated to take as tier one. And that grew its earnings by 16.6% and ended at 579 on a base of 486. Small caps, again, Lovisha, I'm just reading out the numbers because most of the street doesn't know these numbers. If you look at the Nifty Smallcap 250, which is again the most important benchmark, not for a mutual fund investor, for any Indian capital market investor, because that's where the money is. Mutual funds are what is pumping in the money. So that has grown by only about 7%, and 543 was the earnings closure. So coming back to where we see this happening, where we see this growing for the full year, I personally think you will see about 13 to 15% growth in the small cap. Again, a 17-18% growth in the mid cap constituents. And I think Nifty will grow about 13% on a base of 1096 is what the earnings estimates are. And I think where we are today, in January, I was negative in small and mid cap. But I think now we are back at the equilibrium position. That's what I've been telling the media for the last 15 days. And that's where you see some degree of outperformance of the broader market.